G'day mates, welcome back to my YouTube channel. By the time you're watching this, arena points will have finally reset for Chapter 2 Season 6, so I want to make my definitive guide how you can get Champions Division guaranteed this season and fast as possible. I want to include tips for those of you guys who are a little bit better players, maybe a bit more aggressive, a bit more mechanical for how you can get points fast, some big tips that I've picked up, but also I want to give some advice to you guys who maybe play a bit slower, a bit newer to the game, struggle to get points, maybe it's your first time going for champs or you always struggle a little bit. And I guarantee if you make it through today's video, you put in the time, and it shouldn't be too much, you will be able to get champs this season. I've been playing for the last week. I've gained, I think about 8,000 arena points in the last week. I'm now at almost 33,000. So I'm a commentator, but I know how to play arena pretty well. And before you guys come at me and say I get carried on stream by pros, I got over 25,000 of my arena points this season in solos. And on stream over the next few days, twitch.tv/AussieAntics, I'm also going to be grinding out a bunch of arena games. So if you want to come ask me some questions, if you're confused, or you just want to come see how I play arena and put some of these tips into practice. Okay, there you go. Okay, so once you get her shield off, she's super easy to kill. Okay. Check me out on Twitch. I'll be live a whole bunch over the next few days playing arena. All right, let's jump into it. How am I going to get you to Champions Division? First up, and this is going to go for whether you're super aggressive or whether you're super passive. Either way, you need to find a drop spot that gives you guaranteed weapons insanely fast. Now, a lot of these drop spots are going to be contested. If you want a massive detailed overview on this, check out my rotational and drop spot guide I put out a few days ago. Link will be in the description as well. But what you're looking for is a drop spot that's going to give you guaranteed mechanical parts or guaranteed primal parts. I think one of the most underrated strategies right now for guaranteeing you get to arena is accepting that the primal shotgun is insanely good, it's insanely strong, and if you go the drop spots that give you guaranteed bones, you're gonna have a far higher chance of getting it quickly. So even though you might want to get your hands on a spaz, and I'll be covering later in the video how you can guarantee get a pump every single game, if you drop somewhere like the bridges between bony burbs, or if you drop any area that is this primal areas that has those kind of skulls, you will get a guaranteed primal shotgun really fast, which is gonna massively reduce that RNG ratio. Now, there's still spots on the map that aren't as heavily discovered yet that can give you guaranteed pumps as well. One of my favorite actually being Holy Hedges. Not a lot of people are talking about this. In the middle of Holy Hedges, there are 4 tractors. If you walk out there and you put down a flat on the floor, it'll break all 4, and there you go. You have a guaranteed pump. Try to find drop spots, try to find strategies that allow for this, because it's going to massively reduce your spawn RNG, because if you get your hands on any real shotgun, anything except for a makeshift, you are going to win more spawn fights and get more points, and you're going to be able to play more aggressive. So quite often for me, for example, I land at the bridge between Bony Burbs and Weeping Woods, that kind of primal bridge. I'll get a makeshift shotgun from there pretty much every time, a makeshift AR. I will double upgrade those to primal, because with the skulls on either end of the bridge, I can get a guaranteed primal double upgrade. I'll key the first person I see. I'll almost always win, and then I just steal their pump. It's so much easier than running around spawn fighting with makeshifts and dying to worse players who got better luck. If you're a more passive player, or again, if you're aggressive and you're just getting frustrated dying to the RNG, there's a few drop spots I would heavily recommend that utilize the upgrading. So if you're playing solos, I found that if you drop on the Pleasant Park upgrade, which is the house at the very top left of Pleasant Park, you have a much higher chance of getting a guaranteed spaz every game, because all you need to do is take a green makeshift. You already start off with more than 50 gold. You get the blue, you get the green to blue makeshift, and then you upgrade it to a full-blown spaz by getting 4 mechanical parts. Again, the risk of this is if you're contested, you're gonna have to probably take a fight with a makeshift, which again is gonna increase that RNG. So if you really want to play a bit safer, what I actually love doing is dropping somewhere on the far west side of the map. Even the John Wick house itself is almost never contested. You got the slope truck there, you've got Fort Crumpet, you have the coastline. All you got to do is find any makeshift there, go to John Wick, upgrade it at John Wick, and same thing, you'll now have the time to get your 4 mechanical parts. You upgrade and then you rotate. Dropping edge map right now, whether you're a phenomenally aggressive mechanical player or you're a really struggling player trying to get points, is massive. I feel like arena doesn't properly start anymore until I actually get my hands on decent mechanical weapons. The more you can play around that, the more you can kind of just take 5 minutes at the start of the game, drop a little bit edge map to guarantee you get that. Your win rate's going to go up, your points are going to go up, you're not going to get as tilted, and especially when you get into the higher divisions and the bus fare starts kicking in, that extra of time spent just guaranteeing you get a solid shotgun is insane. You walk into a fight with a green or a blue pump versus a green or a blue makeshift, you're going to win that 99% of the time. Prioritize getting your hands on good weapons, whether you start off with a strategy I talked about, trying to find a drop spot at a major POI that can get you those parts, or don't be afraid to drop on the edge of the map. Again, check out my rotational video. In that, I talk about where all 6 upgrade NPCs are in case you're confused. Abusing fish. This one is insane and nowhere near enough people are doing it. Right now, if you get your hands on a decent shotgun, decent AR, which we've already covered, you need to be fishing. Right now, stinkfish and cuttlefish especially. Cuttlefish are the most broken thing in the game right now. If you want to guarantee that you win fights and guarantee that you get to Champions Division, no matter how good you are, go watch my video, which is talking about the different tips and tricks this season. Watch the first section on cuttlefish exploits. They are insane. Just to kind of do it in summary, so you don't have to go watch the whole video if you don't want to. I don't want to just plug a bunch of videos in this video. If you get 2 cuttlefish, you get them in stacks of 3. You throw one on a cone, one on the other side of the cone. You shotgun the first one. It drops in 500 guaranteed damage to whoever's inside that box. It doesn't matter if you're versing Tayson, doesn't matter if you're versing Clicks. If you get 2 cuttlefish on their roof and you shoot it quick enough, they die, you live, you get points. Doesn't matter if you're a phenomenally aggressive, insane mechanical player or you're new to the game and trying to get points, get your hands on cuttlefish. It'll guarantee get you a kill. Let's talk about rotation. Now, with the way the current meta works, with, like I said, the game not really starting until you finally get your hands on good guns, you're gonna find that 1 or 2 players are running through most of the lobby. They've got their hands on the gold spaz, the epic spaz, they bought it from Logjam, they've gone to Flush Factory, or they've just farmed it out from one of their decent locations. So, dead side is gonna be even more important, whether you're W keying as well, or whether you're playing safe. I've made whole videos on dead side rotates, but all you gotta do, remember, if you're seeing the spot on the map, try to get to where the least amount of players will be. That will be dead side. So very simply put, if you get a far north zone, the north side of that zone is going to be dead side because everyone from the south has to push up. Don't be afraid to hit a bit of a dead side rotate if you're a safer player, if you're trying to play consistently for points to avoid those really stacked W keyers that are going to be on that congested side. The one good thing about the meta right now, which again, I don't really want to call it a good thing because the primal shotguns are so insane and because a lot of people running around aggressively with spazzes, fights end really quickly. So third partying isn't too much of an issue, but if you're fighting on the congested side and you have one person, right now trading's pretty heavy, right? Unless you're really good with the pump, when you try to fight someone, if they primal shotgun you or if they pump trade back, you're quite often going to take a heavy amount of damage from a decent player. All it takes is some stinkfish, stinkbow, cuttlefish, a bit of primal fire on the edge. The third party is ridiculous and you're going to go down. Don't be afraid. Even if you're insanely stacked, you finally have that god pump to go to dead side, get your eliminations there. You're going to play so much more consistently and get so many more points. Right now, there's not a lot of rotation in the game, as you know. So if you take a fight on congested side, you get held, you get storm held, you're going to go down. With stink bows in the game, with stinkfish and no mobility, that means keeping your white heals up is huge because so many games you're going to go down trying to rotate, especially as when arena points reset, you have a bunch of creative mech demons and pros who are just taking stupid fights, not caring about getting to zone. So be extra careful about your positioning and how you're rotating. This one's going to go for you more passive players. Do not box up early. I've covered this before. If you build a wood box, even metal or brick, but if you're going to box up, go into hard mats. But if you're boxing up in second, third, I mean, even fourth zone in a lot of times in arena, I'm going to assume you're bad, especially if it's in wood. And if I'm looking for free eliminations, I'm going to key you. So if you're going to try and play defensive, you want to avoid people, work on getting to dead side, hide in a bush, hide in a house, hide in an inconspicuous cone inside a room. If you're really going to camp your way to champs, and again, you do you. If you just want to get champs to say you're champs, you want to avoid fights, go for it. Do not box up. Again, someone like me, someone who is playing more aggressively just to have some fun in arena, they're going to see a guy boxed up in wood, anything before fourth zone, they're going to run at you and assume you're an easy elimination. They're not going to stop until they get you. So try to hide, don't box up. Accepting your skill level. Now, this one's going to refer specifically to the choice of shotgun. Right now, the primal shotgun, as you know, is disgustingly strong, and it's especially strong for players who aren't as good. Right now, if you're an absolute demigod, you play creative all the time, you're consistently hitting pump shots, you're getting piece control, or you just want to improve at the game, you want to get better with your fighting, you don't care about points, main the pump shotgun. Prioritize using the pump shotgun. But if you're a player who's struggling to get points, you're struggling to win your fights, and because there's going to be pros in your lobby because arena points have reset, and you want to be able to bring down that skill gap and make sure you have a chance to beat them, run the primal shotgun, have the confidence. As soon as you see someone on your wall, they're sitting on a flat outside your wall, hit the edit, jump out, go for the primal shotgun. If you're a little bit better, let's say, you know, you're more around the piece control meta, but you're not quite a pro yet, try to box them up, then primal shotgun. If you box someone up and you have a primal shotgun, they have a pump, unless they hit a god pump and you miss yours completely, you are gonna win. The purple pump no longer one-shots. It does not hit 200, it hits 189. If you've got a blue primal shotgun, green, anything better, and you've got them boxed up and you're both 100, the best they can do is 189, then swap to their AR. If you have even slightly decent aim with the primal shotgun, they're not gonna have time to swap. They get off their one pump shot, they're dead. I joke about it all the time on stream, but there is next to no way to counter that unless you're versing a phenomenal player. So accept, if you just want to get points, you're not the best player in the world, abuse the primal shotgun. There is no shame in it. Get good at stair ramp routes, phasing in, like, you know, put a stair above your head if you're up against the wall, get the wall low, pickaxe and jump forward. It's a very well-known exploit. Get in their box, play aggressive. Don't let it become this big build fight where it's all about piece controlling. Jump in their face, abuse the fact that the shotgun is absolutely broken for anyone. We have no sniper rifles in the game, and that means that people are playing very, very confident with their peaks, and they're running around not expecting to get shot. The biggest advantage of the bow right now is the fact that A, no one's expecting it, but B, no one knows where you are. If you're trying to play passive, you're trying to play safe, if you lead with an AR beam, they're gonna know exactly where you are because they're gonna hear the AR shots. But if you have elevation, if you have a hill, if you have a bush, if you're just hiding, the bow makes almost no sound of where it came from. And unless you hit them, which obviously if you hit them, you push them, there's no damage indicators. They have no idea where it came from. The mechanical bow does over 170 damage with a headshot. And I see people just standing up, peeking forever, thinking there's no snipers in the game, I'm safe. Run the mechanical bow, get good at leading your shots, because worst that happens, if you miss, you miss. They have no idea where you shot at them from. You have like 30 something arrows you're not going to use anyway, so get used to running the bow, especially the mechanical bow. Don't get me wrong, you can use the stink bow if you want. It's good for applying pressure if they're trying to med, but the radius is absolutely tiny. It's really good in competitive, it's really, really good in scrims, but it's not that good in W keying arena. So I would be running the mechanical bow, just any blue rarity mechanical bow, 170 plus headshots. If you get decent at leading those in opening fights or just third partying, the amount of times I see people just standing up, just firing, not caring about protecting themselves because they're used to no snipers, a 170 headshot, even a quick AR swap or push them, you get so many free eliminations. And even if you're not hitting your shots, like I said, it makes no sound. They have no idea where you are. It's next to no risk. Just take the shots. You have nothing to lose. Play to the division you're in. So a lot of people, this isn't new to this season, but not a lot of people I see change up their drop spots depending on their division. If you're playing open division and points have just reset, you're going to get guaranteed instant queues. You're going to have a lot of players that are struggling, but you're also going to have a lot of good players. So if you start safe dropping really early on and you play out the whole game, you get to 20 alive and then you get ran into by a pro. But the best thing you could do when there's no bus fare and fast queue times is just hot drop. Pick a drop that you really like that's insane. I've talked about a few of them. If you go Flush Factory, you can guarantee buy a gold pump. If you go Logjam, you can guarantee duel the NPC for a purple pump. If you're going outside Dirty Docks at the junkyard location, you can guaranteed upgrade your Scar and a pump. But these drops always have a bunch of people, but that's fine. If you drop there 10 times and you only make it out of there 2 or 3, but every other time you got a few eliminations, you're going to get so many more points and you're not losing any bus fare. If you want to try to get points as fast as possible, as consistently as possible, have some fun W keying until you start to get to those either long queue times or those heavy bus fares. Because don't get me wrong, playing for placement is great, but the best time to practice your fighting is the start of a new season when queues are instant, and again, no bus fare. You might as well. You can even drop the spider if you want to try and get your hands on the mythic one. Just find an aggressive drop spot you like and start dropping there. This isn't going to be for everyone. If you're truly, truly struggling to close out your fights and you're struggling to win fights at all, you can go for a nice safe drop on the edge of the map, focus on upgrading, so at least if you do fight someone, you have the loot advantage, play for placement and farm your free points. But if you're trying to get points fast at the start, hot drop. All right, guys, that does it for another video. I know some of it might be on the more basic side for you more advanced players, but honestly, in this break between tournaments when I'm not covering a lot of new stuff, I want to make this kind of guide content to help out everyone. I've got my more advanced tips and tricks videos, and I've got some of these ones that are a bit more basic, but really do help people out. Like I said, swing by the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/AussieAntics. I'd love to have a chat with you. I'd love to help you out with your gameplay as well. You can watch me play. I mean, if I can get Champions Division, I genuinely think anyone can. I'm also, over the next few days, going to be making videos of that, like getting champs as fast as I can, how many points can I get in 8 hours, how many points can I get in a day, duoing with pros, stuff like that. And I'll also do an updated video like this. If there's anything that I specifically find that I think is insane for you guys to play Arena, I'll do an updated video like this as well. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't, like the video if it helped, let me know in the comment section down below any other tips you have, let the other guys know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.